All right, well, let's give a big old Portland Old Time Gathering welcome to Caleb Clouder and Sammy Lynn. train coming down the line, trying to make up all of its lost time from Buffalo to Washington. Comes that train coming down the track, carrying me away, and it ain't gonna bring me back, a honey babe, my blue-eyed babe. jumper, starch my overalls, catch that train they call the Cannonball from Buffalo to Washington. Took my shoes, left me to sing these doggone worried blues. She's gone, solid gone.
My girlish days. My mama cried, I put it too. Whoa, daughter, look what a shame on you. I didn't know no better. Whoa, boys, in my girlish days. Truck 19 and 17 when the weather was tough, didn't know no better. Whoa, boys, in my girlish days. I fled a train, I didn't have a dime, trying to run away from that home of mine. I didn't know no better. Whoa, boys, in my girlish days. Out better, and I've still got my girlish ways.
Hi guys, welcome to the Portland Old Time Music Gathering. My name is Gabrielle McCrae and I'm your MC. We have a bunch of great music happening tonight. The first band is called the Onlies and they're from Seattle, Washington. I have known these guys for a long time. They grew up coming to the Portland Old Time Gathering and have been friends since childhood. And it's just been really awesome to watch them evolve as musicians and become the amazing band that they are today. I feel like they really embody the sound of old time music in the Northwest. And they just put out an album, which you should all buy. You can find it on Bandcamp and at on their website. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. It's going to be great. Please make welcome in your living rooms the Onlies.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Portland.
And this is a beautiful Portland day, isn't it, guys?
We love being in Portland.
One of my favorite towns. Rip City.
That was me, sorry.
Great. What's next? Should we play Lonesome Road?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This song is called Look Up, Look Down That Lonesome Road. Hang down your little head and cry. Just keep going. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Look up, look down that lonesome road. Hang down your little head and cry, my love. Hang down your little head and cry. The longest train I ever saw was 99 coaches long. Was 99 coaches long. And the only girl I ever loved was on that train and gone. Was on that train and gone. look up, look down.
Thank you.
Lonesome.
That song is on our new album, which is called The Onlies. Very creatively named. You can check it out at the merch table after the show. What's next, guys?
Yeah, next we're going to do a song that we got from kind of a mixture from Addie Graham and then also from Alice Gerard and Hazel Dickens. It's called A Few More Years Shall Roll. And this is also on that new record.
Leo just found his car keys on the cold, grassy floor.
We picked this beautiful November day to be filming this concert for you, and we got some generously donated heaters from my parents. But I'm the only one who doesn't have a heater, so I just want you guys to keep that in mind as I'm
Because
playing.
Riley runs a little hot. Let's do it.
A few more years shall roll. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, everybody. We're gonna do a tune that I wrote that, you know, is our Hallmark Christmas carol on the album. Because right now it's the holiday season, but in January it will not be anymore. But that's okay. We can still have the cheer of the spirit all year round. It's called Snowtown.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Snowtown. What's next on there on the list?
Either Karen Collins or Crockett's Honeymoon.
Ah.
Let's do Crockett's Honey. Well, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Rockets.
Thanks, everyone. This one's called Crockett's Honeymoon. I got this one from my dad. One, two.
Nice.
Nice.
Crockett's honeymoon.
Crockett's honeymoon.
Crocodiles.
All right.
Want to play Diamond Joe?
Diamond Joe, come and get me.
1, 2.
Now there's a man you'll hear about most everywhere you go. His homes are in Texas, and his name is Diamond Joe. He carries all his money in a diamond-studded jar, and he never took much trouble with the process of it. Hired out the Diamond Joe boys, did offer him my hand, and he gave me a string of horses so they couldn't stand. And I nearly starved to death, boys, he did mistreat me so, and I never received a dollar in the pay of Diamond Joe. It was corn dodger, and his meat couldn't chop, and he nearly drove me crazy with the wagon of his straw. And telling of the story didn't mean to let you know there never was a rounder that could fly like Diamond Joe. Tried 3 times to quit him, but he did argue so. So I'm still punching cattle in the pay of Diamond Joe. And when I'm caught up yonder, and it's my time to go, give my blankets to my buddies and give the fleece of Diamond Joe.
Great time to shout out Johnny for setting all of this stuff up, who is currently holding a video camera.
Social distance music.
Social distance.
Beautiful sound, beautiful technology. and heat too.
All right.
We planned that. We forgot to tell you guys. I think it's okay.
All right. No, it's
All right. What's next?
Pinnacle.
All right.
Pinnacle.
Play it.
We're gonna reach to the pinnacle of our set right now. This is probably gonna be the peak, and it's a song that Leo will sing you.
If anyone, this is a good time. We're going to be watching this at home. If anyone has any questions, just put them in the comments, and we'd be happy to answer. We'll just wait for a couple minutes.
Are we holding our instruments with our left hands? I don't know. The orientation it'll end up being.
Is it the lefties or the onlys?
Talk amongst yourselves.
The onesies.
Let's figure it out.
Which ones of us are dating?
Are any of you married?
Are you guys brothers? 2, 1, 2.
They say the silver in the Pinnacle Mountain, nuggets found in the river below. From a cave back up in the mountain, one man had the fortune to know. Though many have searched these mountains, the secret is hidden in the ground. Lives were risked and crops were abandoned, but the silver hasn't yet been found. There's a rocky old mountain I'm a climbing.
Pinnacle Mountain.
Pinnacle Mountain Silver Mine.
This is a song called Going Across the Sea that we got from the Wandering Ramblers, and the singing of Jim Miller and my mom, Carol Elizabeth Jones.
Yeah, I just didn't ever go high.
Oh, that's so cool. I never would have known.
Troubles?
Leo's
Uh-oh,
gonna-
it says iPad storage full.
I've had storage full.
This is Troubles by Kilby Snow.
Troubles by Kilby Snow. Oh Lordy me, oh Lordy mine. See when you haven't got a dime. When your trouble is so deep you can't even
so much to everyone who came out to the Tiffany Center tonight at Portland Old Time Gathering, and especially to the people in Bubbleville and to the McMurray sisters and to Sophie, who asked us to be a part of this festival that we've grown up loving and coming to since we were little.
Also to Ginny McMurray. Ginny.
Oh yeah, the McMurray sisters plus Ginny, who we see as a fellow sister.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you all out there. I know there's some good music either coming up or I don't know. There's there's a bright side somewhere.
Thank you to Karen for hot chocolate.
Karen to Hot Chocolate, Johnny for his incredible video production and sound production. We got Leo Shannon over there playing fiddle, guitar, and banjo. That's Vivian Leva on the guitar and the vocals. That's Sammy Brayman on playing the fiddle tonight, and I'm Riley Calcagno. This is the banjo, and I played also some fiddle. Yeah. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. We wish you could see you in person, but we miss you all, and we hope you're well. And
all right, this is a song that we got from Towns Van Zant. It's called Still Looking for You.
1, 2, 3.
Ain't much that I ain't tried. Fast living, slow suicide.
Still looking for you. Still looking for you. Still looking for you. Still looking for you.
Very nice.
All right.
Good night, Bahamas.
Beautiful. I'm tired.
And that was the Onlies from Seattle, Washington. Next up we have Hubby Jenkins, but before I introduce him, I just want to take a minute to thank Bubbleville, who are sponsoring the gathering and are our only sponsor this year. So thank you, Bubbleville, for making it happen, and thank you also to all the volunteers and all of the Bubbleville board members for all the work they do, not only for the gathering, but throughout the year. All right, next up we have Hubby Jenkins, who's from Brooklyn, New York, and I first became aware of Hubby just a few months ago when a friend suggested that I get in touch with him about playing on Quarantine Happy Hour. So I got in touch, never having met or talked to him before, and he was happy to come along and play. And I was just totally blown away by his performance. He's a great player and singer. He plays a few different instruments, is a great storyteller, and has a lot of knowledge to share about the African American players and history of old time music, which are so often overlooked. So I'm really looking forward to this show. It's Hubby Jenkins from Brooklyn, New York.
All right. Hello, didn't see you there. I was just about to start practicing for my Portland old time gathering gig. So you guys are welcome to stay if you'd like. Here we go. 2. That's called a medley, everybody. It's a medley in the business. I'm a big fan of the medley. Let's see what else we got going on over here. Had a good friend of mine the other day tell me that I play too fast. So we'll see if we can slow it down. Just a little bit. I've done all I can do, and I can't get along with you. I'm gonna take you to your mama payday. Payday, payday. Lay my baby in the shade, give her every dime I made. Tell me what more could a poor boy do? That old chicken is in my sack, and those hounds is on my track. I'm gonna make it to my shanty 4 days. 4 days. I've done all I can do, and I can't get along with you. I'm gonna take you to your mama payday. Payday, payday. And I'm doing what I can, doing best as any man. Gonna keep my skillet greasy if I can, no can. That rabbit is in the log, and I ain't got no rabbit dog. I don't ever let that rabbit get away. Get away, get away. Said I've done all I can do, and I can't. I'm gonna take you to your mama payday. Payday, payday. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm Hubby Jenkins, and you are watching me practicing for the Portland Old Time Gathering. Hope you're enjoying it. And there's going to be a lot more old times, some more blues. We'll probably talk about black people at some point, and generally just have a good time experiencing community and togetherness and music in the way that we can these days until we can do it IRL. Yeah, so thanks for having me, and yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy. I'll play now one of my fave songs that I love to play. It's called When the Train Comes Along, from a musician named Mississippi Fred McDowell. It's a song that I like to think of as a gospel tune, even though it doesn't mention Jesus or heaven or any of your standard biblical things, but it's a song about getting to the station and meeting your family members, meeting the people that you love when you get there. And this is a theme that's very common within African American spirituals and gospel songs. Not necessarily the train, but being with family together in that other place. Cross that River Jordan, in Beulah land. You know, we're gonna meet again. We're gonna meet again. We're gonna be together again. As you can imagine, for enslaved Africans, this was a theme that would resonate very strongly. And so, you know, after Civil War, you have, the creation of Jim Crow, the creation of black codes which turn into Jim Crow. They create all these laws of segregation and permit levels of violence towards the African American community that sparks what's known as a Great Migration. Millions of black people fleeing the South, moving to points Northwest, Midwest, where there's work and theoretically less racism, or a different type of racism, if you like. So this song, When the Train Comes Along, falls into that tradition of longing to be away from oppression and to be with ones that we love in a distant, different place. So, when the train comes along. If you see my mother and she asks for me, Lord, gonna meet her at the station when the train come along. When the train come along, Lord, when the train come along. When the train come along, Lord, gonna meet her at the station when the train come along. If you see my brother and he asks for me, gonna meet him at the when the train come along. When the train come along, Lord, when the train come along. When the train come along, Lord, gonna meet him at the station when the train come along. If you see my father and he asks for me, Lord, gonna meet him at the station when the train come along. When the train come along, Lord. When the train come along, Lord, gonna meet him at the station when the train come along. If you see my sister and she asks for, gonna meet her at the when the train come along. When the train come along, Lord, when the train come along. When the train come along, Lord, gonna meet her at the station when the train come along. Tell me something about it. When the train comes along, going to meet at the station when the train comes along. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. Let's see what we can do with this banjo here. Right now I'm tuned into, I'm in an F tuning for this song, which is for you banjo pickers. That would be from bottom to top, F, C, F, C, D. We're going to change it up to something different. And I know exactly what song I'm going to play. Probably. This is no practice, this is the real thing. I mean, you're watching a rehearsal for the show, but we'll see what we got here. I'll play this song entitled Texas Traveler. Well, we'll do a medley, because why not? We're on the banjo. But I first heard this song on an album called Altamont, which was put together by a man named John Work III out of Fisk University. Black ethnomusicologist and musician in his own right, who set out to record non-religious string band African-American music. He put together these old-time bands from musicians out in Tennessee. And one of the groups was Nathan Frazier and Frank Patterson, fiddle and banjo duo. It was very inspirational. The first time I heard this, I was on my way to something that was known as the Black Banjo Gathering. Musicians and thinkers getting together and talking about the black roots of the banjo, reinserting African Americans into the narrative of American music, which is sort of my thing a little bit. And so we'll talk about the banjo as being a black instrument, being a slave instrument, the creation of American music happening on the banjo for the first 100 years of its existence only black people playing this instrument. And when white people got into it, they got into it in a big way, of course, with blackface minstrelsy, incorporating racism and humor into their love and appreciation for this music that is kind of the first wholly American sound. And then, the whole history after that runs wild. But to understand that this is a black instrument, right? Good. Done. So we'll play this song, meditate on that a little bit, and I'll throw something in at the beginning. It's probably be something like, I can think of something. I've been really into shucking in the brush lately. Let's do that one. Two songs that I've been into for a long time, and during shutdowns and playing the banjo over and over again for hours, these songs came back to me in a big way. So a little bit reminiscing E for me, but banjo tune, banjo over. was embarrassing. Here we go. Texas traveling. We going Texas my hand. One time have my hand. Tell the sheriff I killed my man. We're going Texas traveler. We're going Texas traveler. I'm going back to Louisiana. Thank you. Thank you very much. Where are you going, Texas traveler? I'm going back to see a Miss Anna. Yes, sir. I think this is a pretty good set. I think this is going all right. See what else we can add on to this bad boy. I think there's been a lot of madness going on in the United States for a long time, frankly, but it's been laid to bear in the last year. And I think that I don't care who you are or what you believe in necessarily. You might believe in something like the golden rule. Be nice to people. Treat people as you would want them to treat you. If we're good to everybody, then everybody would be good to you. Which I think is the pillar of almost every religion that I can think of. How do you expect to be treated right when you don't do right yourself? How do you expect to be treated right when you don't do right yourself? If you don't give it, baby, you won't have to take it from nobody else. Learn to treat other people right, like you want them to treat you. Learn to treat other people right, like you want them to treat you. When you mistreat your friends, well, somebody sure gonna mistreat you. Good Lord made us all, then none of us make ourselves. Good Lord made us all, then none of us make ourselves. Hey, I'm giving you this message so you can take it to somebody else. Put a smile on your face, keep it there every day. Put a smile on your face and keep it there every day. And now if you treat everybody right, know they'll treat you the right way. Lord, treat you the right way someday. that's it. Learn to treat other people right. That's a good one. I think I'm going to put that one on the show. That was a good one. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. One of the things that I've gotten interested in over the years is spirituals and gospel music and sort of its relationship with the African American community. You know, what does it mean? What does Christianity mean to the enslaved person, to the African American the country has grown with this American style, this other style of Christianity that exists, you know? And you learn a lot of interesting things, you know? One thing being that Christianity was already in parts of Africa prior to the beginning of the slave trade here. And so there were already these ideas of what Christianity was, how Christianity was incorporated into other religions that, you know, revered nature, revered the Orishi and like their own pantheon of spirits and saints and gods and so on. But when we come to the States, when we're brought to the States, there's another kind of Christianity that exists, right? That says, you know, once you're baptized, we're all brothers and sisters in the army of God or in the eyes of God. And so people would become baptized to be Christians, and we're brothers and sisters, so you can't enslave me. So that idea had to change in American Christianity. They had to make a law that said you couldn't be baptized and escape from slavery. There was a man who's, I'm having a senior moment, a missionary who went around baptizing slaves who would, you know, I'm baptizing in Jesus, but you have to promise you're not doing this to, you know, for freedom or anything like that. So these kinds of ideas permeate Christianity. In recent years, they found a slave's Bible, a version of the Bible given to some slaves that had, you know, certain stories cut out of it. Stories like Exodus or, you know, you can imagine slave uprisings, yada, 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 being taken out of this Bible. So what is African American Christianity? Very long topic, very broad conversation. But it's a combination of, you know, Christian ideals, Christian stories, and also African American experiences and African American ideals put in together. And so, just reflecting on that, how much of the experience, our experience, is in this music. So anyway, thinking of that, maybe we'll throw in an old Georgia Sea Island song. This is what they think some early slave churches might have sounded like. This. Because of geographic reasons and other reasons we can go into, a lot of culture in the Georgia Sea Islands was preserved for a long time, and so we can hear it and witness it and eat it, and etc. And they sing in a style called ring shouts, where they clap and move their bodies in a particular way that creates these beautiful rhythms, and then call and response style, they respond to each other and sing. So let's do a song. We spoke about let's do Moses Don't Get Lost, an old song I used to do at CCD. Moses Don't Get Lost in that Red Sea. As you can imagine why this story would be interesting. And so if you're at home and you want to join in on this rehearsal here, I'm going to sing a line like, oh, Moses, Moses, don't get lost. And you guys would say, in that Red Sea. And then I'll say, smart your rod and come across. And you guys would say, in that Red Sea. Moses, Moses, don't get lost in that Red Sea. Smart your rod and come across in that Red Sea. That's the first part. Second part, I'll say, talk about the host, get lost. You guys would say, get lost, get lost. Talk about the host, get lost in that Red Sea. Again, talk about the host, get lost. You guys would say, get lost. You got it. Talk about the host, get lost in that Red Sea. So now that you got it, let's see what we can do with it. Oh, Moses, Moses, don't get lost in that Red Sea. Smart your rod and come across in that Red Sea. Moses, Moses, don't get lost in that Red Sea. Smart your rod and come across in that Red Sea. Talk about the host, get lost, get lost, get lost. Pharaoh and the host get lost in that Red Sea. Talk about the host, get lost, get lost, get lost. Pharaoh and the host get lost in that Red Sea. Oh, Moses, Moses, don't get lost in that Red Sea. March your rod and come across in that Red Sea. Stop and talk about the host, get lost. Get lost, get lost. Pharaoh and the host get lost in that Red Sea. Talk about the host, get lost. Get lost, get lost. Pharaoh and the host get lost in that Red Sea. Oh, Moses, Moses, don't get lost in that Red Sea. March your rod and come across in that Red Sea. Stop and talk about the host, get lost. Get lost, get lost. Pharaoh and the host get lost in that Red Sea. Talk about the host, get lost. Get lost, get lost. Pharaoh and the host get lost in that Red Sea. Oh, Moses, Moses, don't get lost in that Red Sea. March your rod and come across in that Red Sea. Great job. Yeah, that's how that goes. Some early Bibling there. And while we're on this gospel train, I'm going to sing this song, which I learned pretty early on during the shutdowns. Got into listening to a fair amount of Uncle Dave Macon, one of the early stars of the Grand Ole Opry, who, in his recording of this song, says he learned it from an old Negro preacher. Excuse me, an old African-American preacher. But it's a song that helped me with the early phases of what the heck's going on, what are we going to do. It's called The Station Will Be Changed After a While. You may not have to necessarily believe that Judgment Day is coming, but you can believe that sometimes dark times come, hard times come. But if we work together, we persevere together, apart, that our station in life will change after a while. And that nothing but good can come from patience, love, and hard work. So here we go. There are people in this world who will try to bring you down, but I'm on my way to glory for to wear that starry crown. No matter what they do or say, I'll be on my knees to pray. The station will be changed after a while. station will be changed after a while. When the Lord himself is come and my work on earth is done, Lord, station will be changed after a while. Oh, that good book, it tells us all about that judgment day. And that awful day is coming, but I'll know just where I'll be. You can throw me in the ocean, Lord, and bear me in the sea, but the station will be changed after a while. Oh, station will be changed after a while. When the Lord himself is come and my work on earth is done, Lord, station will be changed after a while. Oh, that gospel train is coming, she's a-rolling through the land. Jesus is the conductor and he always makes his time. When you hear the whistle blow, well, you better be ready to go, for the station will change after a while. Oh, when the Lord himself is come and my work on earth is done, station will be changed after a while. So I think we got time for a couple more, and I think this will be a pretty good set for the Portland Old Time Gathering. This is actually the most productive rehearsal I've had in a long time. What am I saying? My rehearsals are okay. Anyway, I hope you've been enjoying it. And I can't express how much I appreciate being invited. Miss all of you guys, even though we've never met or haven't met. Miss you. And being able to perform shows in any way, shape, or form is fantastique. So let's see if we can do 2 or 3 more. If you got a weak brain and a narrow mind, the world gonna leave you way behind. Your friends will deceive you, leave you crying. If you can't keep your friends, you must be watching mine. If you got a strong brain and your mind is broad, you're gonna have more friends than a passenger train can hold. You won't have no trouble, no worries at all. No, no, if you got a strong brain and your mind is broad. You know the strong overpower the weak, and the smart, they overpower the strong. The clever are the only ones enjoying the world, while the greedy save all and you got a strong brain and your mind is smart, nothing in this world's gonna be too hard. We're gonna keep on going for the star. If you got a strong brain and your mind is smart. Good thing this is a rehearsal, I'll tell you what. But the message stands. If you got a weak brain and a narrow mind, oh, the whole world's going to leave you way behind. Keep on pushing. Keep on moving forward. So let's do one more song. What do you guys think? Should we do one on the guitar or one on the banjo? Oh, God, it's so hard to decide. Okay, what do you think? Banjo, of course. The banjo people are always faster than the guitar people. Let's do something on the banjo. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got on the banjo. I guess I know there's been a lot of downers in this set, I guess, or thinkers. I like to think of them. But, you know, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, to focus on things and think about things and meditate on things. That's how we're going to move forward. That's how we're going to change. That's how we're going to better ourselves as a country and individually and within our communities and all that. So, all this is knowledge playing, love playing. To point out the faults of a government or a system is not anti-country. It's not unpatriotic or hate speech, you know. It's love speech. You want to fix this thing. Anyway, let's do a song. This song is, this comes from the playing of Sid Hemphill and Lucius Smith out of Mississippi. And it's their version of John Henry, one of the most recorded American songs. And you can think of John Henry. If you don't know the legend of John Henry, he was the legend goes that he worked on a clearing out way for train tracks, new train lines that were coming through. And the boss brought in a big steam engine, steam drill, and said, this steam drill can clear more land than any man you got. John Henry said, I got this. Beat the steam drill in a contest and then died. This is the legend. And, you know, the real John Henry, as far as we've been able to figure out, was a prisoner. You know, according to the Constitution, no man, i.e. person, shall be a slave unless they are convicted of a crime. And this was put to good use and is still being put to good use in our country. Convict leasing, convict labor is still strong. And so I sometimes think of John Henry and those songs about John Henry as kind of the cell phones of their day, if you will. You know, we wouldn't know who John Henry was. We wouldn't know his name without this song. This unsung, he would have been an unsung hero of this injustice that existed back then and persists today. So here we go. gonna ring when you hear that beef out. Gonna ring when you hear that hound dog barking. Someone's round, someone's round. When you hear that bulldog barking, someone's round. Hammer, hammer, killed my brother. He is dead, he is dead. Hammer, hammer, killed my brother. Oh, dead. Memphis hammer, killed John Henry. Won't kill me, won't kill me. Hammer, hammer, killed John Henry. Won't kill me. All right. Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace and all the best to you and your family. Thanks again for having me, and enjoy the rest of the fest.
And that was Hubby Jenkins. Next up, we have two musicians whose playing I've admired for a very long time. Ever since I was a teenager, at my first cliff top, sitting on the ground next to a jam, getting my mind totally blown by old-time music before I even knew what it was. Paul Brown and Terri McMurray both grew up singing with their families. Paul learned most of his repertoire from his mother, who learned it from African-American musicians in Virginia in the 1920s. Paul and Terri met while learning more from master fiddlers, banjo players, and singers in North Carolina. They'll tell you more about their story as you listen to their set. But music first, I'm so honored to introduce Paul Brown and Terri McMurray.
Run along home, darling, run along home, I say. Run along home, darling, had a big time today. Going down in the cornfield, seen my gal a-comin'. Run along home, darling, run along home, I say. Run along home, darling, had a big time today. Gave her a brand new bonnet, had a blue ribbon on it. Run along home, darling, run along home, I say. Run along home, darling, had a big time today. I'm gonna kiss you, honey, if it costs me money. Run along home, darling, run along home, I say. Run along home, darling, had a big time today. Throw your arms around me. Aren't you glad you found me? Run along home, darling, run along home, I say. Run along home, darling, had a big time today.
Run along home, darling, run along home, I say. Run along home, darling,
Had a big time today. Well, hey everybody, I'm Paul Brown.
And I'm Terri McMurray.
That's right. We're so happy to be here. You know, we've never been to the Portland Old Time Music Gathering live and in the flesh and in person. We've been to Portland and we even played music there one night. But funny thing about the quarantine, it gives you opportunities that you might not otherwise have. It's 3,000 or more miles away from us, but here we are, thanks to the festival and the miracle of modern technology. So we got a bunch of old time tunes and songs for you.
That first one was from Arthur Smith. And what was it, Paul?
Yeah.
You play old time?
Oh yeah, I've had a big time today. It's called, that's what we say, we play the old time style of what they call old time music. So we got an Arthur Smith song and we made it sound a little older time probably than he did. Even back then, like Ralph Stanley used to say, you know, I play the old time style of what they call bluegrass music. So we play the old time style of what they call old time music. And here's a really old one that we hope you enjoy from our dear friend outside of Galax, Virginia, Mr. Luther Davis, one of the great old style Southwestern Virginia fiddlers. And this one is called Walking That Pretty Girl Home. An old tune from Luther Davis, Galax, Virginia. And we had a really big time knowing him back in the 1980s. How old was he, Terry, when we
Well, he was
met
in
him?
his
93,
90s,
I think,
yeah.
something like that.
I think 93.
Yes, 93 years
When we
old.
first met him, this would have been back in the 80s, so he was born before the turn of the last century.
Learned most of his tunes from people who were playing around the time of the Civil War and a little after that. And so he had a great old repertoire and a wonderful old style of playing the fiddle. Another of our friends from that general area was Fields Ward. He was a wonderful guitar picker, a banjo player as well, and a fabulous square dancer. Who
And
used to
singer. Oh, my
Singer,
goodness,
too. Oh,
yes.
my gosh. So this is a song I learned from him a long, long time ago. If I get my banjo in tune, so. Winking Eye. It's oh me, oh my, you better watch my winking eye. You better watch my winking eye. If you don't mind, I'll black your eye. Well, I went to town the other night. I got drunk, got into a fight, I throw 3 rocks and I had to run. Where I wish I had my Gatling gun. It's oh me, oh my, you better watch my winking eye. You better watch my winking eye. If you don't mind, I'll black your eye. winking eye. You better watch my winking eye. If you don't mind, I'm like your eye. It's lonely, oh my. You better watch my winking eye. You better watch my winking eye. If you don't mind, I'm like your eye. It's lonely, oh my. You better watch my winking eye. You better watch my winking eye. If you don't mind, I'm like your eye. Oh yeah, there you go. A little bit of winking eye from Old Man Fields Ward around Gay Lakes and Independence, Virginia. Wonderful man. We met him after he'd moved up to Maryland.
That's right. He moved up to Bel Air, Maryland, with his wife to get work. Apparently, there were a number of people from the Gay Lakes area. Went out to the shipyards there, painting and such.
There's an air base too, Aberdeen Air Base.
Okay, all right. For some reason, I thought it was ship.
And Fields was a
Apparently
painter
it was
there.
air. Anyway.
He was a painter.
So this next song is from
Gaither Carlton.
Gaither Carlton, who was Doc Watson's
father-in-law.
Father-in-law, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just repeat anything that he says. So.
Here, give me a little of that chord, sweetheart.
Anyway, it's called Singing Birds, and it's maybe not that distant relative from Little Birdie.
Terry and I recorded this in a slightly different tuning years ago on our album, the album I did of banjo and fiddle songs and tunes called
Paul Brown.
Red Clay Country. Paul Brown, Red Clay Country, that's right. And if you're lucky, you can still find one. So. Singing Birds from Old Man Gaither Carlton out in western North Carolina. We want to thank the organizers of the festival for having us out here. And now I'm going to pick up a banjo that's about as heavy as I am. So
Indeed it is.
Should keep me from flying away here. This is a song that I created out of an old gospel song by J.T. Curtis. Come On Little Children was the original song, and Stanley Brothers and some other people recorded it over the years. But I felt that the times that we're in really needed a song about what we need to do, and what we need is love. We need to be reaching out to one another and doing everything we can for everybody as a community. So I call this little song Build That Loving Land, and I hope you'll make up your own verses to it and sing it everywhere and bring people together. It's easy to sing in a group, and hope you enjoy what you hear and that you'll spread it as far and wide as you can. Get in while the times are troubled. Get in while the times are troubled. Get in while the times are troubled. Let's build that loving land. Come on, my sisters. Come on, my brothers. Come on, my neighbors. Let's build that loving land. our hungry children, feed our hungry children, feed our hungry children. Let's build that loving land. Come on, my sisters, come on, my brothers, come on, my neighbors. Let's build that loving land. Let's help our homeless families, help our hungry families, help our jobless families. Let's build that loving land. Come on, my sisters, come on, my brothers, come on, my neighbors. Let's build that loving land. Let's feed our hungry children, feed our hungry children. Let's feed our hungry children. Let's build that loving land. Come on, my sisters, come on, my brothers, come on, my neighbors. Let's build that loving land. Let's help the old among us, help the poor among us. Let's help the weak among us. Let's build that loving land. Come on, my sisters, come on, my brothers, come on, my neighbors. Let's build that loving land. Well, I hope you liked that one. Let's build that loving land. And we've got this great innovation since we're on coming to you by way of recording. You know, we're with you, but we're sort of not with you. We're 3,000 miles away. We're going to tune, and you don't have to listen to it all. We'll be right back in a flash for our next part of our set, where we've got some interesting old-time music with different tunings. We're going to use them, all these instruments here, and so it's great. We got them all here at the house. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome back to this portion of our show. You see, we have new instruments in hand, and they're in tune.
We think.
we hope they stay in tune.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got a few tunes in this segment that from people that we've known for a really, really long time. And the first person is Tommy Jarrell, who is indirectly responsible for us meeting. Tommy was a fascinating and fabulous musician, both on the fiddle and on the banjo, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that in between. But this first tune is Rochester Schottish.
Rochester Schottish, and Tommy learned that. I think his grandfather played it, and there are a lot of Schottish dances in Europe, and they don't all have the same rhythm. But if you really sort of, a lot of them have a similar step to them, and if you listen to that tune carefully, this sort of a Schottish type rhythm is buried in there pretty well. But Tommy Jarrell was as Terry said, that he was a super interesting musician on both the banjo and the fiddle. On the fiddle, he told me that he was really trying to get all of the parts in on the instrument, which is one reason he used these resonant tunings. He wanted the melody, the rhythm, bass, backup, all that within one instrument. He said a lot of the time, because in Surrey County, North Carolina, Round Peak Mountain is a remote part of the state at the time, and not that many people around. He said, if you want to make music, you're going to have to make it all by yourself. So why not have all the parts? And I know Terry will probably have something to say about the banjo side of it as well.
Yes, and Tommy actually felt very similarly about the banjo. It was the instrument he started on, but later in his life, he was mostly known as a fiddler. As a matter of fact, didn't even have a banjo for a long time. Paul loaned him a banjo that he had in the latter years of his life. But he was very much the same on the banjo, where he wanted the banjo to fill out everything. Anyway, so this next tune that we have for you is a tune known in a lot of different regions around the South.
Goes back to the 1770s in England. The gentleman made it up because his little girl Polly amused him, as did his other child or children. So
Suki, right?
Yeah, Polly put the kettle on.
Right.
And it's played all over the place. And Tommy Jarrell had a great version of it, and it's wonderful for this northwest North Carolina Round Peak Mountain style of playing, because the fiddle and the banjo are the core of that tradition, and it's the perfect tune to play on a clawhammer banjo and a fiddle. Polly put the kettle on. A little bit of Polly put the kettle on. Suki take it off again. We'll all have tea. They've all gone away. So, all right. Well, what's we got on the agenda here next, Terry? I guess.
I believe you're going to play the guitar.
Yeah. Booker Red is an old blues song that my mom knew from the African American musicians she heard when she was a child in Bedford County, Virginia, not too far from Lynchburg. This goes back to the 1920s, and the two people who were most important to her as musicians back at that time were two brothers, and their names were John and Harry Calloway. So since a lot of African American history wasn't recorded, I like to mention their names. I never got to meet them. I don't know what they looked like, but Mom said they played the guitar and sang, and she learned a lot of songs from them when she was a kid, passed them on to me, which is how I got into old-time music in the first place. So
And I know that because of the way that I'm sitting, you can't see the peg head, but yes, indeed, this is Paul's trusty old J45.
when a Gibson is only good enough. Booker Red, he is dead, just look at the hole in the back of his head. It's oh Lord, baby, I'm satisfied. Don't you know I'm satisfied when I'm by my baby's side? It's oh Lord, baby, I'm satisfied. If you don't believe that Booker is dead, just look at the hole in the back of his head. It's oh Lord, baby, I'm satisfied. Don't you know I'm satisfied when I'm by my baby's side? It's oh Lord, baby, I'm satisfied. Well, they brought Booker home in the hoodoo wagon with his backside up and his toenails are dragging. It's oh Lord, baby, I'm satisfied. Don't you know I'm satisfied when I'm by my baby's side? It's oh Lord, baby, I'm satisfied. Well, they told Mrs. Booker that Booker was dead. She's standing at the table just a-eating her bread. She says, oh Lord, baby, I'm satisfied. Don't you know I'm satisfied when I'm by my baby's side? It's oh Lord, baby, I'm satisfied. Booker Red. Mom used to sing that, and she'd always say at the end, not too many people liked Booker, did they, Paul? That was when I was a kid, and I'd say, no, it doesn't sound like it.
Paul was also forbidden to sing that song by his mother at the school,
music class.
Music class, share-a-thon.
Song swap or whatever, with everybody bring in a song. That was one she never did want me to bring in.
He was very young at the time.
Yeah, 4th, 5th grade, 3rd grade, and all that stuff. Well, before Uncle Dave Macon made it a big hit at the Grand Ole Opry, this song was already out and about in the African American communities and who knows where else. And Olivia Cotton sang it, and there are some early recordings of it by some obscure recording artists, also going back to the early days of the recording industry. And I like this song as well. And it's sort of in that Piedmont blues style, When the Train Comes Along. When you hear that whistle blow, ooh, you know I'm ready to go. I'll be waiting at the station when that train comes along. The train comes along, when that train comes along, I'll be waiting at the station when that train comes along. When that train comes down the line, you know it'll be on time. I'll be waiting at the station when that train comes along. When the train comes along, when the train comes along, I'll be waiting at the station when the train comes along. When that train comes down the track, you know I'll never be back. I'll be waiting at the station when that train comes along. When the train comes along, when the train comes along, I'll be waiting at the station when that train comes along. When you see that big headline, you know I'm gonna be right. I'll be waiting at the station when the train comes along. When the train comes along, when that train comes along, I'll be waiting at the station when that train comes along. When the train comes along, and we're going to tune some more and get some other instruments out. And before you know it, we'll be back.
Thank you.
Well, we're back just the way we threatened with more old-time hits from the mountains. And might as well get going with the, what are these things?
Banjos and more banjos.
We have the banjos. Let's do an old-time mountain hit. We know you love this one. I know you've heard it once or twice before, but it's a classic because it's good. Let's go up to Cripple Creek a little bit. What do you say? Going up the Cripple Creek, going on a run, going up Cripple Creek, have a little fun, roll my britches up to my knees, wait on Cripple Creek when I please, oh me, oh my, wait on Cripple Creek till I die. My old lady's mad at me, I won't drink her ginger tea. She is good, she is bad, she gives me the devil when she gets mad. Oh me, oh my, wait on Cripple Creek till I die. Roll my britches up to my knees, wait on Cripple Creek till I please. Going up Cripple Creek, going all right, going up Cripple Creek Saturday night. Roll my britches up to my knees, wait on Cripple Creek when I please. Oh me, oh my, wait on Cripple Creek till I die. Going up to Cripple Creek Saturday night. So, all right. Well, speaking of which, having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
know,
We're going to
there's-
move on to a little bit of Benton flipping.
Yeah, I played with Benton for a long time, about 35 years on and off. I was never a full-time member of the band because I wanted to be a journalist and do other things. But we traveled a fair amount, and I'd go over to his house every chance I got and play whenever there was a chance, to go somewhere or do something. Did a lot of square dances, and one of the tunes we used to play at the square dance was this one, Redbird, that Clark Kessinger used to play up in West Virginia. He was very fancy with this tune, real fast. And I've often thought that some of the tunes that Benton played, he actually improved on some of the hit fiddle tunes by simplifying them out a little bit and drawing big phrases and and just bringing the real structure and life out of them and showing it off for everybody to hear. So this is one of them, his version of Redbird. And of course, I don't play it just the way he did. Nobody plays the way anyone else does exactly. And Benton was definitely one of a kind.
And what was it that Benton said about that?
Oh yeah, he didn't want you to. He wanted you to have your own sound.
Right.
He said it's like the old man said, it's all creamed taters, just fixed a little different.
That's right.
So Redbird, best we can do for you. Hope you enjoy it. Redbird. She made it.
I did.
Good job on that banjo. I'll tell you what, you can really
Thank you.
get that done on that tune. Not very many people
I
can do
believe
that.
that is
clawhammer
the
style.
most melodic tune that I know. I can flatten it.
Okay, we're going to get up into the great American key of E now. And this next song is another one I learned from my mom by way of Harry and John Calloway. It was recorded in the really early days of country music recording, once again, mostly in the African American race records, as they used to call them. And they called it Tampa Blues. We always called it Down to Tampa or Settle Down. And that's this. Here's our version of it that I learned from my mom, and hope you enjoy it. My mama, she told me when I was 9 years old, you've got to be a hustler, gosh darn your hard luck soul. I've got my ticket, and to tell you what I think I'll do, I'm going down to Tampa, settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down. I've got my ticket, and to tell you what I think I'll do, I'm going down to Tampa, settle down. Yonder come my darling with the red rag in her hand. I believe to heaven she's got her another man. I've got my ticket, and to tell you what I think I'll do, going down to Tampa, settle down. festival. We hope you have a great winter and that life improves for all of us. We get a grip on the virus, and everybody stay together and feel good and help someone out today, help someone out tomorrow. Just do something good for someone. The Carter family recorded this way early, and Mother Sarah Carter thought no real reason to record it. It wasn't all that great song, but I think the world has decided differently. We all love it. There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Oh, the storm in its fury broke today, crushing hopes that we cherished so dear. But the clouds will in time pass away. The sun will shine again, bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Let us greet with a song of hope each day. Though the moment be cloudy or fair, let us greet with a song of hope each day, and keep us everyone in good care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Thank you all. Thanks to the organizers. It's been great to be with you, and have a great, great winter. We'll see you down the road.